It's Wednesday, and on Wednesdays we do a walkthrough of a deck, whether it be old or new or sent for review. Welcome back to Walkthrough Wednesday. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, I'm Mand, and I cover all things tarot and oracle card related, spirituality, and finding glimmers in everyday life. So if that's your jam, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you part of the family here. But today is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays we walk through decks, like I said at the start of the video, whether it be decks in my collection or decks that I've bought, whether they be new releases or new to me, or decks that have been sent for review, such as this one. Today's one has been sent by Schiffer and Red Feather. This is the Dark Daughter Tarot. This is really interesting. So I'm going to move you guys back a little bit. So this is the same creator. So it's by Ellen Lorenzi-Prince. And this creator also did the, excuse me, the Dark Goddess Tarot as well, which I don't have that deck, but I know it's very loved within the community. So the Dark Daughter Tarot, it's goddesses of the world speak from the depths. Now, this is interesting. First of all, I need to talk about the box. I love this. Look at this. How amazing is that? That's so cool. So this is the creator here. This is Ellen, and she's a dedicated priestess of Hecate, and author of the Dark Goddess Tarot and Goddesses from A to Z, and she lives in the Pacific Northwest. I'm stumbling over words. I love the design of this box. So you can see like there's some moons and stars here, and let's get into the details in the back. So I won't read out the whole thing, but if you want to pause and read it, that's totally fine. But it says here, discover the dark mysteries of the divine feminine in this rich tarot featuring goddesses from around the world. A dark daughter is a child of the goddess, no matter their gender, who hears the call to dive deep into that mystery, and who yearns to dance with these primal powers, featuring goddesses from Egypt, West Africa, Hungary, Sumer, China, India, Greece, the Caribbean, the Celtic regions, and more. There's like an absolute savage amount. The Dark Daughter delves into the myth and magic of female deities revered for thousands of years, ready to share their knowledge. And this pretty much says the same thing here. It follows the Rider-Waite-Smith structures framework. It also offers a few unique variants. Suits are named directly after the elements. So the Hanged Man is renamed to Sacrifice, and court cards have been realigned as Beast, Warrior, Witch, and Hag. The bold, colourful artwork of Ellen Lorenzi-Prince provides rich visuals for readings or for use in your altar. In the accompanying guidebook, discover the myth of each goddess and the divinatory insight she offers. So that's written up on Red Feather's website as well. And it is 78 cards. It retails for $34.99 US. And that's all here on the website. That's pretty good. Shall we get into the deck? I think we shall. I love the Egyptian feel here to that. So we have our guidebook, which I didn't see how many pages were, or it didn't state. 176, which is really good. Good size guidebook, and then our cards also. Now I had to go through these because they needed minimal washi tape bathing suits, so we tried to keep the YouTube happy. I was trying to say algorithm, but I don't think it's that. There's like such tiny bit of nudity in it, I wouldn't even consider it, but for the sake of it, you'll see the washi tape bathing suits in a minute. So this is our guidebook. I love the fact that it's on black paper. That is really interesting. I don't off the top of my head think I have a deck with a guidebook that has that. Oh, smell test. Oh, it smells like, do you know, I don't know if many of you were like this, but I know back in my day when I was in school, we didn't have book schemes like they do now, where you just pay so much and you get your books. Like my poor mum had 3 of us to put through. But just off on a tangent here. But when you got the new books, now I didn't like school, but I love the smell of new books. I always appreciated that. So that's what that's reminding me of. That's very nostalgic. Ooh. Okay, so this was copyright is from 2026. So I'm assuming this was brought out this year. Sometimes the dates are not on it, which that's fine. That's okay. And it's dedicated to, oh cool, very cool, Mary K. Greer, with respect, gratitude and love. And so we have the Dark Daughter Tarot, Are You a Dark Daughter, About the Deck, this washing machine. Oh my gosh, 1 second. Right, and we're back. So this is, where were we? About the deck, reading the cards, going deeper. And then we have the minor arcana, which are broken up into fire, air, water, and earth. And in conclusion, so here we have about the Dark Daughter. So no matter what your gender is, your inner compass or outer accessories, you may be a Dark Daughter. A Dark Daughter is a child of the goddess. She is both the Queen of Heaven and Queen of Hell. All persons are counted as her holy daughters, for all are capable of bringing forth new creation. And then we have about the deck. Reading the cards, 1 card draw, conversations, reversals. I like that. I like the conversations. That looks cool. Going deeper. Okay, this is a little bit challenging because there's a slight glare, but I think I have quite bright lights here in my sacred room. Breathing black. Use this meditation to initiate yourself into the world of the Dark Daughters. Get into a comfortable position. Okay, so we have meditations. Very cool. And then we have spreads. We have lots of different spreads. 1, 2, 3. That's good. And they're quite big ones. And then we get into the majors. So let's have one quick look to see how many pages do we get. So the majors we get, obviously, the name of the card and then the goddess. And then a description with the message within it, I believe. Yeah, so each of them get like a page and a bit. Each do the minor. The minor does as well. Very nice. So that is the whole, it's all, that's the whole guidebook, and that they're all coloured as well, the cards. And then we also have in conclusion, and that's the guidebook. Let's get into the cards. Okay, I had to adjust that slightly. So first of all, we have gorgeous black gilding. Mine is the tiniest bit chipped. Nothing major. Very nice all the way around. Hold on. A slight wear at the bottom. I think that's going to happen anyway, especially when you have like matte black. It tends to happen. It's not something that personally bothers me, but I always like to point these things out in case you like to know these things. So the backs, I love the backs in these. Look, they have little stars and moons, and they're raised, so they're a little bit, they're glossy, but then the card is semi-matte. Yeah. Or semi-gloss, whichever way you want to look at that. What I like about it is, okay, now it's catching all the light. It's darker around the edges, so it's kind of like a shadow and then you're bright. So you can go bright out into shadow, or kind of like it's closing in. Either way, what way you want to look at it. And then you have your reversals as well, so you can read it up, or upright or reversed. Cardstock is really good. It's nice. It's, again, that kind of not too thick, not too thin. And my Floating World Tarot here. It'll be about the same. I reckon it's about the same cardstock. Maybe a tiny bit thicker than this one. And size-wise, we can see it's taller and a little bit... Hold on. Let's do this as accurate as possible. It is taller. We can see that. And a little bit wider as well. Just so you know. So I'm making sure I have all these up. Right. Okay. Let's get into the cards. I do like the art style on this. Okay, so the High Priestess is actually the cover, which I love, for the box. How pretty is that? That's gorgeous. Oh, maybe that isn't Egyptian. I said it was Egyptian, but it might not be. Hold on. The Holy Ones. I'm trying to see here where it's actually from. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so here we go. Latin word. Okay, so it's not Egypt. I think it's because I've seen the black cat. It's just, that reminds me of, you know, I should have known when these weren't like the hieroglyphs. Anywho, for some reason I thought it was actually 2 cards on the front, but that's one. Good to know. What I appreciate and really actually enjoy about this artwork, and we do have borders around it as well, which are really nice. It makes the card itself pop out more because the art in of itself, that was just dramatic washing machine, honestly. But the art itself is not as 3D as some cards might be. But I like that. I'm not saying it as a bad thing at all. It's like hand drawn. It could be. I don't know if it was stated or not. So the border gives it that little bit of pop. Look at all the little kitties. Yeah, see, I thought this was... But no. I'm not going to try and pronounce the names because I'm not going to be able to pronounce some of the names at all. Oh, wow. Okay, so we can see the washi tape bathing suit. So I use the pink glittery one, so it pops. Ooh, that's like an intense card. That feels extremely intense. More washi. There wasn't too many, to be fair, but I didn't want to take a chance. I just did not want to take a chance. Actually, while I'm here, oh no, I better not. I'll leave them on. There's something so ancient wisdom about this. I don't know how many of you have this. Have you picked it up already? Do you have the Dark Goddess? Maybe you have the Dark Goddess. What are your thoughts on that? I'd love to hear it. Do you think these two would work really well together? I've seen a few people talk about the Dark Goddess tarot, but I've never picked it up, and I don't know why. Because it's always the decks that I'm like, oh, that won't. I don't think that'll work for me. Always ends up. Always. Okay, so by the looks of the suits are going by elements. But because it's definitely Rider-Waite-Smith's system, you can kind of figure out and see. Oh, look at these mermaids. Very interesting take on it. I like it. I definitely feel I'm going to need the guidebook with this. I don't know how well intuitively it's going to read for me, but then again, decks like that can always surprise you. But I suppose the learner within me wants to know the backstories too. Oh, wow. I like that 10 of water. So it's our 10 of cups. Do you ever get that when you're looking at cards, you're like, that's making me feel something. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely making me feel something. I love this. Is she on a shark? Cool. I'm trying to see what kind of face is. I'm curious now. I have to know. So which water? Bear with me, please. So this is the daughter of Anubis. I was just curious what it mentioned. What animal? No. It mightn't even be. I didn't feel the need to cover that one. I might have to. I should have maybe. I don't know. I didn't feel the need to. Goodness me. It's art. It is art. Oh my goodness. Kitsune. I love the way Nyx is depicted here. I'm adoring this. I love the color palette on it. Okay, maybe I should have covered up some of this, but it's kind of given somewhat Sheila and Hig. It's not, but it's you can see the resemblance, the similarities in it. Yep. More washi. Okay, let's shuffle this up. Okay, so let's shuffle this up and see. So overhand shuffle is good. I'm not going to riffle shuffle because I won't be able to. I know I won't. I feel like that. But overall, it's easy enough. It is easy enough. Let's see how the gilding held up. Oh, that's pretty good. I don't know why I sounded surprised. Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes when I shuffle, it can be a bit, it can chip at it, but I think it's the way, you know, sometimes. So, we have Emperor. Nishaba. I really don't want to butcher the name here. But I like to try to at least pronounce it anyway. So here it's the Sumerian scribe of the gods. She who is trusted to tell their stories and keep their accounts. She's the inventor of writing who becomes the builder of cities. In the more distant past, said name there that I won't garter, is known as the goddess of grain and is represented in pictographs as a stalk of grain. Okay, that's interesting. Is there grain here? No, but I suppose, is that like maybe I don't want to make assumptions here. But anyway, you can see the rest here if you want to take a pause and take a read. Please feel free to do so. And again, thank you so much to Schiffer and Red Feather Publishing for sending this out my way to share with you guys. This is so fun. This is very, very interesting. I'm curious as to see how this is going to work within my practice. I kind of have a few ideas, but again, I need to sit down and really have a good think about it. So let me know in the comments below. Do you have this deck? Are you getting this deck? Are you on the fence about it? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And as always, thanks so much for hanging out with me on this Wednesday. I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And remember, stay magical, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.